wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lawrence filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. All right, now some quick football. Tomorrow, we have games on Saturday and Sunday. Now, on Saturday, the Texans take on the Kansas City Chiefs at 4:30. The Washington Commanders take on the Detroit Lions at 8 p.m. And on Sunday, the Rams take on the Eagles at 3, and the Ravens take on the Bills at 6:30.
Who want to bet that the Texans upset the Chiefs? Huh?
The Texans.
Who want to bet
I like
that?
those odds.
Nah, I think the Chiefs going to get it.
Who want to bet that? Don't listen to me, though. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, nor do I gamble. But who want to bet that? Bet it up, run it up, or whatever y'all be saying.
Do the Eagles play in Philly?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
they do.
I didn't know where the location
No,
of the
they play
game
in
was.
Delaware. Is it Delaware Eagles?
Oh, go ahead.
Delaware Dirty Birds.
Delaware 30 birds.
First of all,
Jesus.
all.
All right,
Okay.
good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, did we speak too soon about the hostage deal? I really hope not. Because, well, the Israeli Prime Minister's office claims Hamas is backing out of some of its agreements in the hostage release deal. Speaking on the Today Show, White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said he's confident that last-minute problems can be addressed. He also spoke about who gets the credit and how soon American hostages will be released. Let's hear more from White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby.
We're aware of these issues that the Prime Minister has raised today, this afternoon, their time, and we're working through that. Our team on the ground is actually working with him and his team to iron all this out and flatten it. We're confident that we'll be able to solve these last-minute issues and get it moving, and that this ceasefire can take place starting on Sunday. We got to stop worrying about this whole credit business and who gets credit for what. There's plenty of credit to go around. The hostages don't care about who's claiming credit. The people in Gaza don't care. We hope that if this implementation starts on Sunday as scheduled, that hostages will start coming out immediately. I couldn't give you a date certain for when the Americans will come out, but certainly there'll be some Americans in this first tranche.
He's absolutely right about everything he said, but, you know, they have to politicize things because they're always thinking about future elections. They're thinking about midterms. They're thinking about, you know, the next presidential election in 4 years. So, of course, either party would want to get the credit for it. But you get more accomplished when you stop worrying about who gets credit for things.
Correct.
Fair enough. The Palestinian militant group made the ceasefire hostage deal with Israel on Wednesday that would include Hamas releasing dozens of hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners and humanitarian aid. Hamas is supposedly, according to the Israeli Prime Minister's office, a statement says that Hamas is reneging on understandings and creating a last-minute crisis that is preventing an agreement. Now, the statement...
And that's coming from the Israeli Prime Minister's office.
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't be surprised if a deal is already done, but the Prime Minister's office is putting that out to the press, so the deal actually doesn't officially get done until Trump is in office. And then Trump would get more of the credit.
So the statement does go on to say the Israeli cabinet will not convene until the mediators notify Israel that Hamas has accepted all elements of the agreement. So again, we'll continue to watch that. It is the weekend, and hopefully by Monday when I come in and check in with y'all, we will have an agreement signed, sealed, and delivered.
Tuesday, Morgan. Tuesday off Monday.
Monday's a holiday.
Okay, well, Tuesday. Well, yeah, Monday is a holiday. We got Inauguration and we got MLK Day. All right. So outgoing.
Hey, you put the Inauguration before MLK Day? Wow, Morgan. Give me a black card. Give it up. Come on.
Nah.
Don't even lean in. Like, don't even let
Nah. Okay, so outgoing Attorney General Merrick Garland says the DOJ is committed to guaranteeing an independence of department from both the White House and Congress concerning law enforcement investigations and prosecutions. Now, Merrick said the department has been wrongly criticized and politically motivated. In his farewell speech, he emphasized the importance of an independent Justice Department, and he praised public servants and law enforcement who have faced threats. Let's hear more from Attorney General Merrick Garland.
We know that only an independent Justice Department can protect the safety and civil rights of everyone in our country. I know that you have faced unfounded attacks simply for doing your job. At the very same time, you have risked your lives to protect our country from a range of foreign and domestic threats. The story that has been told by some outside of this building about what has happened inside of it is wrong. You have worked to pursue justice, not politics.
So, yes, of course, this comes as President-elect Trump has repeatedly attacked the justice system as politicized and corrupt. Looks like we are running out of time a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit about TikTok. So the Supreme Court will release one last opinion today regarding the upcoming TikTok ban. The announcement was posted on the court's website homepage, saying the court may announce opinions on the homepage beginning at 10 a.m. The court will not take the bench. This notice is highly unusual, as justices usually give several days notice before announcing their opinions and typically read them aloud in the courtroom. The TikTok app is set to be banned in the U.S. on Sunday, but President Biden's administration has indicated they will not enforce the ban, so it's going to be up to President-elect Trump as to what happens going forward with TikTok, whether or not the ban will be enforced. So we'll talk more about that.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Morgan.
All right, thank you. Talk to you guys at 7. We'll just check in on what's going on out west with the wildfires.
All right.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news now. NFL this weekend. Games on Saturday and Sunday. Now, the Texans take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Commanders take on the Lions. Who you got, Charlamagne?
Keep in mind, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and every year I say Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. So don't listen to me as a expert on any of this. But I think the Texans going to upset the Chiefs, and I think the Commanders going to upset the Lions.
Now, I got the Chiefs and the Lions on Saturday. Who you got, Lauren?
Saturday.
Never mind.
Okay.
Saturday.
I got the lemon drop.
There's going to be an upset in one of those games. I think and I really don't. It's going to be an upset in one of those games. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think the Chiefs and Lions. Now,
you
Sunday,
think the Chiefs and Lions is going to win straight out?
I think the Chiefs and Lions going to win.
Nah, one of them games going to be an upset. It's the playoffs, baby.
Don't go against Taylor Swift's boo and them. And Detroit.
To me, they've been due for a loss all year.
Yeah, but they just play like the skin of their teeth. They've been winning. I don't think they're gonna lose. Now Sunday, the Rams take on the Eagles. Ravens take on the Bills. I say Eagles and Ravens.
I got Ravens for that one.
You just don't want the Eagles to win?
No, I really got Ravens. I think I got Ravens. If the Rams play like they played last week, I think they could beat the Eagles.
Yeah, I got Eagles Ravens.
You're not picking one team. I'm confused. What's happening?
Never mind.
God, Lauren.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning,
Make
guys.
sure you got snacks, Lauren. Bring the snacks.
I'll be good for a good charcuterie board and some wine.
I know that's right. I like those bold predictions. LA does seem to be playing with a chip on their shoulder for good reason.
Yep.
And not too much on my Ravens. Not too much on my Ravens.
I got the Ravens at winning the whole Super Bowl. But once again, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Don't listen to me.
And of course the Commanders, man. Y'all had a listen. We had a good one. No matter what happened.
Y'all got a lucky one last week. That's right.
It was a good season. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk inauguration, okay? President-elect Trump's inauguration is being called an attractive potential threat, or attractive potential target, rather, for violent extremists. That's according to U.S. national security agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, Capitol Police, the Washington, D.C. Government, and Supreme Court's Police Department compiled a threat assessment. It laid out various scenarios and the types of people, like foreign or domestic terrorists, who could make them happen. Officials have been on high alert, especially after last summer's assassination attempt on Trump and the New Year's Day attacks in New Orleans and Las Vegas. Now, the agencies noted that there are no specific credible threats at this time. Now, former presidents Obama, Clinton, and Bush will not attend President-elect's inaugural lunch. NBC News reports all three will, however, attend Trump's swearing-in ceremony earlier on Monday. The former first ladies will also attend, with the exception of Michelle Obama. I know y'all have seen the memes. She not coming. She also did not attend the funeral service last week for former President Jimmy Carter. Again, inauguration is one of the only occasions when all former living presidents usually congregate to usher in the next administration. However, Trump declined to attend President Joe Biden's inauguration in 2021. This comes as TikTok CEO will attend President-elect Trump's inauguration. Shuzi Chu will be in Washington, D.C. the day after the social media platform is set to be banned in the U.S. Multiple reports say Chu he will join other big tech CEOs who are expected to attend, including Tesla's Elon Musk, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, and Amazon's Jeff Bezos. Of course, this comes as TikTok ban has passed in Congress with a bipartisan majority last April, and lawmakers gave the app until this Sunday, January 19th, to either divest from ByteDance, its Chinese-owned company, or face a ban, which, as mentioned before, President Biden's administration is not going to enforce that ban, so it will be up to President-elect Trump as to what happens, effective, I guess, January 20th. In other inauguration news, flags will be raised full staff at the U.S. Capitol on Monday in honor of the inauguration of President-elect Trump. Last month, President Biden ordered flags to be lowered to half staff for 30 days in remembrance of President Jimmy Carter. And now on Tuesday, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson posted on X that flags at the Capitol would fly at full staff on inauguration and then be lowered back to half staff the following day to continue honoring Carter. Now, speaking of Mike Johnson, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson said there should be certain requirements for any federal funding provided to assist those affected by the devastating wildfires in L.A. California Gavin Newsom is firing back, saying California has never questioned funding in a time of emergency. When y'all asked us, we didn't put a price tag on it. He directed his comments directly to House Speaker Mike Johnson, President-elect Trump, and he used Louisiana as an example, adding Californians right now, they need empathy and compassion. Let's hear from California Governor Gavin Newsom.
We never conditioned it. We never talked about putting the full faith and credit of the United States of America with the debt ceiling bill so we can get tax cuts for billionaires and corporations that don't need it, as opposed to condemnation and divisive language that has aided and embedded nothing except mis and disinformation that's flamed fear and flamed a lot of anxiety for folks that are simply trying to recover.
So it's ironic because right now there's actually a recall attempt targeting California Governor Gavin Newsom that is currently underway. Backers say his handling of the current wildfires were the breaking point. Former Senate candidate James Bradley, who is one of the organizers, says they will file papers in the next 2 weeks. The petition lays out a long list of grievances against the governor. They cite an increased cost of living, crime, homelessness, and Newsom's recent call for a special session to safeguard the state's progressive policies from the incoming Trump administration. Let's hear from former Senate candidate James Bradley.
We're trying to make this nonpartisan as possible, address the issues, and say he's not the guy. We need to bring someone in that can save California. We're getting so much support from extreme progressives, now with Hollywood losing their homes. We've seen people leaving the state, businesses leaving the state. It went from a very business-friendly climate to there's this constant conflict.
Yeah, so switching gears or bringing the topic of the LA wildfires to New York, where you guys are. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand wants to ensure wildfire preparedness across the state following the devastation in Los Angeles. Now, she sent a letter to the New York State Division of Homeland Security requesting information about the state's readiness to combat potential wildfires. She says she's working on legislation to increase resources for fire departments, including measures that would put more money into training and equipment to fight wildfires. Let's hear from New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand.
I'm praying for these families who have lost loved ones and for the many who have been injured or displaced. While we still don't fully know the cause of these fires, we do know fires like them are becoming more and more frequent and destructive nationwide, as well as in New York. What's happening in Los Angeles is absolutely gut-wrenching, and I pray that such a disaster like it will never happen in New York. But we need to do the work in the present to ensure we're ready for the future. The equipment and training that's needed to stop a brush fire is very different than the equipment and training needed to take down a fire in a building.
Yeah, the senator noted November's unseasonably dry conditions and strong winds that fueled wildfires throughout the state, including New York City and the Hudson Valley. Now, the senator says she is also working on legislation to increase resources for fire departments, as previously mentioned in her audio. And just to wrap things up for New York, Democratic New York City Mayor Eric Adams, he's in Florida to meet with President-elect Trump at Mar-a-Lago. This is happening today. The mayor's office dropped a schedule update announcing Adams' Adams' trip. Adams has talked about working with the incoming administration despite Trump's repeated attacks and complaints about his former home city and state. Adams shifted to a tougher tone on migrants suspected of crimes after meeting with Trump's incoming border czar last month. And Trump has threatened to strip federal funding to the city unless it helps with his planned immigration crackdown. Now, he's also talked about possibly pardoning Adams, who faces an April trial on federal bribery charges. So, yeah, we saw that coming, though. We knew that was going to happen. But again, keep you guys posted on what happens as a result of that conversation that is scheduled to happen later today with President-elect Trump and New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Well, thank you. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Happy Friday. Go Flock, go Flock, go Commanders.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.